2018, a year of successes. Yeah, so, right before the threshold. Right. It's time, I think, to close off a certain line of inquiry, or just to finish a plotline. That's what could you call it? Tireless end. That would be a nice way to say it. To tireless end. Come on now. Those turrets are annoying because they fire fast and make a lot of noise. So to tireless end. Shit. Ooh. We're low on everything. I hear them coming. Oh shit. Why do they have a jetpack trooper or jet trooper on a ship? It can't fly, really. Not really. So yeah. Right. So this time maybe to the point. Maybe. That's not, that's not certain. Not in here, not with me. The loose end that I mentioned, that I never really finished up on, is... Right, now those guys. Nope. The loose end is the razer product. So if you paid any fucking attention, you might remember... Wow, that hitbox. Wow, that hitbox. Wow, that hitbox. Sick. Fucking hell. Never had that happen to me. This thing is recording now. And it's carrying a rocket launcher, isn't it? The jet trooper. Right. Yeah, he was. Yes, so... If you paid any fucking attention to what I said at any point, you would know that I got myself Razer Black Widow Chroma version 2 second-hand mechanical keyboard, and it was malfunctioning. You might expect that from a second-hand item, but since... Oh shit, wow, he flew like a motherfucker. So since Razer offers support to really anyone, I took advantage of that. And in the end, they suggested that I use the keyboard by plugging it to a different USB socket. And I did it. I did plug the fucking keyboard to the other socket. It's socket, right? Yeah. It's not a plug, it's a socket. I did that. I did as they suggested. This is the door Kyle was trying to burn through, or cut through. He didn't manage. Fucking all this time. Well, you proved yourself here, Kyle. Did. Right. Well. No, it wasn't that door. That door is below me, underneath me. Well, similar door. Anyway. So since they offer support to really anyone, I took advantage, took to them. Yes, now I remember. They suggested you should plug your keyboard to a different USB slot. And I dismissed that advice, mostly. Because how would that help if you replugged it from one slot to the other? Well, first off, it would help if one of your slots or sockets was destroyed or broken. Not necessarily destroyed, it doesn't have to be like smoldering with fucking scorch marks on it, really driving the point home. It's enough that it's just not working, even though there isn't anything wrong with it at the first glance. Cool. Yeah, so how would that help? Well, they didn't bother to explain that. That's why I didn't bother to do it. Right, so in the end I did, because since they advise it, why not try it? I'm basically out of options at this point, so might as well try it. Now, what the solution might have been that they didn't know about, what it might have been, instead of your USB sockets being broken, is that, well, I'm still gonna say, I'm still of the mind that, yeah, I understand the sentiment, Kyle. I'm still of the mind that they didn't actually know what's wrong with the sockets. Because what the issue was, what the issue might have been, I'm pretty sure that was the issue, is that I had this keyboard plugged into USB 3 socket, not USB 2. Why would you do that, you might ask? I can hear you asking. Yeah, there you go, see? Which part on Imperial Dreadnought has this fucking Vista zone with all these windows? I don't know, I don't remember any of it. Yeah, so why did I plug it to USB 3? First off, because, well, a tangent's coming. There's a tangent coming, that's what I'm trying to say. Thanks, Kyle. I appreciate that.
I'm done. Meet me back at the Raven's Claw.
I'm done too, okay. More quick saves. Or auto saves. Anyway. Why would I plug it into USB 3? Because, first off, that's where I had more room. Contrary to popular belief, yeah, I actually have quite a bit of things plugged into USBs, even though I'm not really using much of it. Well, mouse is one of it. That's probably because, you know, all the new mouses are running on USB to either meet the demands of players who need the super reaction time. That's gonna come into play in a moment. Meet the reaction time or things, or manage more buttons than a regular mouse. That might be required. That's why USB might be required instead of the mouse socket. That's one thing. What else do I have plugged in? I've got the cable for the thing. I've got the extension cable, USB extension cable. They make those, and they also you need a specific USB extension cable too, meaning that if you want your fast file transfer, you need USB 3 extension cable. Otherwise, it's gonna work like 2, because I tested it.
You're joking, right?
I think I'm gonna let Kyle deal with his problems while I do those. Anyone else? No, okay. There are the doors. The doors are closed. Wow, he went again. There he is. You can rip him. Why aren't you using lightsabers, Kyle? You're a Jedi. Fuck. I'm gonna need a little bit of help because I feel fragile. Yeah. So Kyle is using his what is it? Custom, personal, unique. That would be the good word. That would be a good word. Unique pistol, Briar blaster pistol. Are we going already? Yep. Oh, there it is. They're still chasing us, even though from that hangar there was no TIE fighters. It was also nice of them to kind of set the ship neatly to the side when they tractor beamed us.
I've relayed the information about Biss to Luke. Good work, by the way.
By the way. Yeah, Biss. Almost like Abyss. Only not quite. Only the opposite. As in, supposedly there was something in there. So yeah. About Biss to Luke. Did we learn anything about Biss other than that we got captured?
We need you back at the academy right away.
Right fucking now, bitch!
Kyle
Okay,
and I
then.
sense great anger in you, Jaden. You must learn to control it, or it could lead you to the dark side.
Of course. Yeah, well, oh, well. See, looks like we, or I, didn't manage to actually get to the point where I'm more balanced. If only there was more force powers that are more useful on the light side. Maybe then. Yeah. Fuck it. It's not really anger, it's just pragmatism. Also, you know...
The time has come to put an end to the disciples of Ragnos.
Oh, finally.
I believe that Tavion is storing force power in the scepter for one purpose. To resurrect Marco Ragnos.
How the fuck did you figure that out?
The force holds a great many secrets. It may be possible that if a high enough concentration of force energy is infused into a body, the cells might regenerate, bringing the person back to life.
They're fucking dead.
No kidding. So we're going to Korriban, huh? Not exactly a vacation spot.
I don't want to say.
Never heard of it.
It's the burial place of a whole bunch of Sith Lords.
If Ragnos is
Really
resurrected, there's no
scenic.
telling what he might be able to do. It will take all of our strength to stop him.
We're not heading to Korriban just yet.
Huh.
I just received a distress signal from Rosh.
Rosh, where is he?
He's being held captive on Tasper 3. It's an imperial-controlled planet, a real paradise.
How did he get a message out?
I don't know, but we can't leave him there.
Rosh could still belong to the dark side. It could be a trap.
It could be,
Reasonable.
but I'm not willing to let him die there if it isn't.
Kyle, what about Ragnos?
That's how you get caught in the trap.
But if we're lucky, we'll catch up with everyone else before the fireworks start. If you don't want to help me...
No, I'm coming.
So yeah, it's kind of foreboding that Luke says, right, what are we picking? So that any of this is going to be useful. I'm going to take this because that's my favorite. It's kind of foreboding when Luke says, see again, they don't let you pick another force power. Foreboding when he says that he feels a lot of anger. I say it's pragmatism because it does help with dispatching the cultists. And also, didn't someone say that it's not the power or the force or the tool or the gun, evil itself, it's how you use it? Wasn't it Kyle at the beginning of the fucking game? Gain entrance to the cult facility on Tasper 3 to search for Rosh Pennin. Oh, he spelled with one N. Like, not with double N at the end, that's what I mean. Good, anyway, who cares? So yeah, find Rosh Pennin. We'll see if we get to that point. This looks like miniatures, at least with the ship part. And I don't know why they rendered all this impressive 3D FMVs in such low resolution. Fucking annoying. Ah, shit, yeah. Hold on. Righto. Now that's fixed. Now we can play again. Hit the quick save. So that change is gonna remain on till the end of the level. Yeah, so we've got some structures and fog. Looks like fucking sulfur vapor. So, in case you're wondering, don't breathe this. It will turn into sulfuric acid. It's sulfuric, right? Because there are two, and one contains oxygen. Well, there are three. And two of them contain... Anyway, I'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. Now, this guy, of course, he never gets caught because he's got force jetpack. Yeah, like that. Was there another? It should be hydrosulfuric, I think, like hydrochloric. But maybe it isn't. Anyway, yeah. Sulfur will react with water in your lungs, like moisture mostly, not water. Not that you're, not that you're actually drowning all the time. Moisture in your lungs and turn into acid. Chemistry. Yeah, so another door blocked. In case you were wondering if I'm not missing anything, I'm not. The enemies usually point you to the way where you need to go. And we're in some lava processing facility. Yeah, we're in some fucking volcano. Barely far enough to not need any protection, but we should. I mean, look at this lava. Imagine the radiating heat from it. You would be baked. Very inconsiderate. Remember that time when we're going there, aren't we? Well, let's go there now. So why not? Woohoo! Close. Yeah, I guess we can go through.
It's hot here.
Thank you, Jaden. Thank you for acknowledging what I'm saying. And both of them got flipped. That's good. Also, stupid, because as you can see, there's nothing here. But then, at the end of this cutscene, we're gonna have an enemy spawned. Ah, there he is, see? Shit. Good thing lightning pretty much kills him. You know, he's all armored and is supposed to be, you know, immune to environmental things. Oh, this too. That gets an enemy spawned on top of it too, but it's more legitimate there. We'll get to it, possibly. So yeah, maybe I'll finish my thoughts. Yeah? Remember that time... Oh, thank you. He made weird noise, so I was curious. Remember the time where Anakin and Obi-Wan were fighting right at the edge, or really on, the river of lava in Mustafar, and they didn't die of heat? Yeah, unrealistic. Really a fantasy show. Star Trek is so much better because it's realistic. No, you can't go through here because the lift is up, and there's a little map of the facility here because the control panel is broken and the lift is up. So yeah, this way. Yeah. So anyway, Rosh. Yeah, fuck it. Let's try to finish my thought. Maybe I'll manage. Yeah. Right. So, yeah, I've got USB things plugged in, and it's getting cramped in there, and things like that. Where do we go? What do we do? There's something interesting here. Maybe, maybe not. Well, around, I guess.
It's a Jedi.
Oh, it's a cultist. There you are. And an invisible man. Ah, there you go. That wasn't the invisible man. Jeez, that was easy. I'm really worried that I just broke the game. Still. Straight into the lava. Is there a cool thing there? Yep. Nice. Secret area. Very secret. Very area. Yeah. So yeah. It's kind... Well, close. So yeah. It's kind of cramped back there with all the USBs I've got. So I decided to plug the fucking keyboard into the USB 3 because for some reason those slots or sockets are more spread apart. So considering that I'm gonna be plugging the USB extension that Razer comes with, that you can plug things into USB socket through the keyboard, and that you need this super fast reaction speed from the gaming keyboard for your pro gaming needs, like super fast reaction speeds, that will give you all the advantage you can possibly want and need compared to any regular keyboard that you can't even notice. And the other thing, I like how it yells how broken it is, but it's already gone. Magic. That's force noise. Right, what? Yeah, you can't tell the difference between the activation time between keyboards, but also you're gonna need a latency, in a sense that you're gonna need a travel time on the key. Shit. Oops, we've got murder in our ranks. Right. Right. So you can't tell the difference. And also, what was the other thing? No, it was just the wind. And, oh yeah, the key travel time required for you to not accidentally flip the switch and have a key press register when you don't need it. Because that might be problematic for your pro gaming needs. Understandable, really, but, you know, something to consider, that your keystroke can't be too small. Right. So I decided that not only do I need more room for both of those plugs, but also I'm gonna need the extra speed that USB 3 is gonna allow for, right? Because if nothing else, if that isn't gonna play a factor, isn't gonna be a factor and play a role, at least I'll plug it into where there is room, right? Ah, the new reborn. Oh, that one thing. Why am I here? Oh, through here, right. So this lift should work now, right? Where did it lead? Here, in case you missed something. Anyway, there's nothing to go back for, so let's press on. Yeah, so if it's not gonna be a factor, at least I'll have room, right? And also, if it's just supposed to be a extension cable for your USB needs, if it's plugged into USB 3, there you go, twat. At least you're gonna be able to plug your USB flash memory sticks, or whatever it's called, whatever's the proper combination of those words, and you'll be able to transfer your data fast, or quickly, right? But wrong though. See, like I mentioned before, USB extension actually needs to be, what would be the word, prepared, designed with the thought of working with USB 3, otherwise it won't. So that's a bust, that's a problem. But the other thing is that, well, if nothing else, like I said, at least it won't be a hindrance and I'll have a room. But then again, if you plug anything to USB 3, it's not like there's gonna be compatibility issues, right? Right? If you plug in your USB 3 stick, memory stick, to USB 2 slot, you'll still be able to transfer data. But it turns out that if you plug your fucking Razer keyboard into USB 3 slot, it won't work properly. Really? Yeah. So I was only plugging it into USB 3 up until I stopped. And the things that happened with it was the issue with the W key, where it was unreliable. It was activating unreliably. Shit. Will I manage to jump up there? Maybe, once I get my force powers back. Or mana, really. Force points. There it is. That's useful. Good. Ooh. Try not to fall too far, to not damage yourself, and have those medpacks go to waste. What do we do with that guy? Oh, he's not visible anymore. Hold on, I've got mind trick. There he is. I think he's interested in doing something. Fuck him. I'm probably gonna climb up there anyway. Some way. Checkpoint. Righto. Jaden, isn't there? No. There is one reborn, a bunch of reborns, really, skulking and hiding in some crevices, so I don't remember where they were, so I'm looking around. Oh, there's one. No, die reborn. There was an officer talking. I guess he's done. Right.
The Jedi are here. Come get me, Jedi.
Maybe later. Now, your turn. Gotcha. So yeah, that causes the unreliability of W key for some reason, and more of an issue with that one key light. So I've noticed that once I plugged it into USB 2, it actually flashes, utilizes blue more often. Like you sort of are able to coax it into working properly most of the times, as opposed to not most of the times. Fuck. Those attacks, man. Right. Those attacks. It's as if I should pay attention. But who would? So yeah, it makes it works better. It kind of fixes the software issue too, because once you plug it into USB 2, they also told me to do a fresh install, which I begrudgingly did also, because that required you to remove synapse 2, which keeps track of your keystrokes for all the pro needs of key mapping and analyzing your keystrokes to become better, right? Everyone needs that. That was a nice idea and I liked it, but I really am not using it because I'm not doing any pro gaming officially. I'm just pro, but not pro not being paid for. I'm the poor man of a pro. Something like that. Right. What else? Oh, come on, dipshit. I hate those fuckers. They're so fucking resilient. It's so hard to deal with them. Just flying away. Still facing you and fighting like mad. It's intriguing that they're not using the alternative shot from a heavy repeater. It's kind of devastating, but then again you probably can push it back at them, so maybe that's why they're not using it. Now, there again, my favorite attack. Right. So yeah, the light works better, the W key works better, and once I plugged it into USB 2, it actually started the auto installation of the software, the Synapse and such, and Cortex, which made it work. So that's nice. So really, that actually fixed the problem, but not for the reasons they probably thought about. So yeah, again, they really didn't fix it, I did, as usual. So yeah, this is where we're gonna stop for now, and see you very, very soon. Later.